Your biggest win in 2025 might be the exact reason your business struggles in 2026. You see, most businesses don't fail because they are bad. They fail because success trains the wrong habits. And 2025 was a good year to build bad habits. Interesting, right? Well, I've got two questions for you. If growth slows next year, do you know exactly what breaks first? Is that cash flow, team morale, or your own energy? And let's be frank here. Are you running a strong business or a business that only works where the economy is forgiving? Well, stay with me for this video as I'm going to show you three things. One, why 2025 reward the behaviors that quietly fail in 2026. Number two, why period 8 thinking doesn't survive period 9. And number three, the three pivots you can implement immediately, not someday, to reduce risk without killing momentum. Now, I need a quick favor. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Turn on the notification bell and share this with one partner who still thinks pushing harder is the only strategy. And for that, thanks very much. Well, let me tell you what 2025 felt like for many business owners that I know. Well, early 2025, your phone starts buzzing again. Clients want meetings. Orders pick up. Pipeline looks healthier. You don't scream about it on LinkedIn, but inside you relax. Well, finally, the pressure eases. That relief is a trap. Okay, because what you felt wasn't stability. And I call this only one thing called forgiveness. And yes, the numbers support that 2025 genuinely improved. Well, let's talk about Singapore data. The Singapore Ministry of Trade Industry MTI upgraded 2025 GDP growth to around 4%. After stronger than expected performance in quarter 3. Well, private sector economists in the MAS Monetary Authority of Singapore survey have even pushed the full year 2025 forecast to about 4.1%. Now, I know these are all the boring numbers. Well, I just want you to know what it means to you. Well, good macro numbers don't automatically mean your business is structurally strong, as it can also mean the environment was kind enough to hype your witnesses. Well, I know one founder who told me, we are back, revenue is up. Well, with accounting background, I just ask a question. How much of that stay as profit? And then there's a moment of silence. Because while revenue climbed, interestingly, the cost also climbed quietly and faster. Manpower, rental, which is crazy in Singapore, logistic volatility, as you might be aware. So you end up with a business that is busy, but still feels tight. Well, is that bad luck? Well, I don't think so. It's just a model that depends on tailwinds. Now, let me back to all these boring numbers again. Let's talk about quarter 3 and quarter 4, because to me, this data matters. While quarter 3 was the proof point, GDP growth in Singapore for quarter 3 2025 was revised higher, and the stronger Q3 performance is specifically what the MTI cited when upgraded 2025's forecast. Now, of course, as of the time of doing this video, December 23rd, we don't have the official GDP print for quarter 4, but we do have strong indicators that the export engine stay hot in Q4. Now, Singapore's non-oil domestic exports jumped 11.6% year-on-year in November 2025, following a very strong October. And the Enterprise Singapore revised its full year 2025 NODX with NODX growth forecast to around 2.5%, expecting demand to stay supported throughout the quarter 4. So you see, no doubt 2025 was the momentum year, and that momentum created a very specific illusion, my friends. And let's talk about this illusion. If you did what worked in 2025, it will work again in 2026. That's the illusion I'm talking about, because that's the period 8 thinking. I'll be talking about this on my channel. You see, in period 8, scale forgave inefficiency. But in period 9, which is what we are here right now, scale exposes it. So if you ever said, well, we are doing well, but it still feels fragile, like this video that I'm talking about, You see, that's not the algorithm. It's for your own honesty. Like this video because you want to continue watching. But let's talk about some reality, and I'll call this unpopular opinion. Yes, I know not everyone likes that. Most leaders are not failing. They are misaligned. Well, because you see in period 8, the period operating system is used in a period 9 environment. Well, we talk about burnout all the time. Well, that's actually misalignment. As far as I'm concerned, you see, in period 8, the playbook was simple. You grow, you expand your business, you capture, you optimize later. But in period 9, what happened? Well, period 9 doesn't reward that by default. In fact, it punishes blind expansion because volatility is higher and margins are more sensitive. So now let's anchor this with reality, not philosophy. Back to the MTI's data. The MTI's 2026 GDP growth forecast is, ready for this, 1% to 3%. Okay, a clear slowdown from 2025's upgrade outlook. So everybody take a deep breath and blow. And the MAS survey of economists points to about 2.3% growth in 2026. Yes, you heard it, 2.3%. Okay, so now let's speak layman language. What does it talk? What am I talking about? Well, in summary, it means that it's less easy demand, more negotiation, more price resistance, more cost sensitivity, more execution risk, my friends. And this is where the period 8 mindset breaks the people. Because the instinct is this: push harder, more marketing, more hires, and more activity, you see? But if your model is already margin thin, pushing harder doesn't create strength. That doesn't make sense. And it, in fact, creates more burnout with better branding. Oh my God. So if you know someone building a business right now, share this with them. Don't save that later, because later is too expensive and irreversible. Okay? So coming to this part of the video, first of all, I still thank you. I really want to thank you for watching. And let me give you 3 pivots that you can implement. Now, these pivots are not theory, not inspiration, but I believe that these are stuff you can implement without needing a 3-month offsite or consultant in the suit. Okay, you ready? Okay, so pivot number 1, from one big engine to multiple anchors. So our business has one dominant revenue engine, which is exports, one click client, one product line, one channel. Well, in the growth year, obviously it was great. Then demand softens slightly in the next cycle. You see, it's not a crash, it is just a slowdown. And suddenly the founder's mood swings daily based on one pipeline. Well, that's what I call not strategy, but pure dependency. Depending on one thing only. So what can you do if you are like this in your business? Well, in the next 90 days, do these 3 things, okay? Number 1, cap concentration risk. So if one client, one product, one channel is above 60%, just a ballpark number, 60%, which is more than 50, you are not 60% of the revenue, you are not focused. You are exposed. Okay? So build one adjacent monetization link. Not 10, just 1. It could be service layer, retainer support, advisory, implementation, something that isn't fully correlated to the same demand shock. Okay? And design one second market pillar. If your main engine is export-led, then your second anchor should be regional or the domestic. Something less vulnerable to the same external turbulence. You see, period 9 loves optionality, not chaos. Yes, optionality. Okay? Okay, pivot number 2, from business to brutally efficient. So packed calendars, easy teams, everyone is tired, revenue looks okay. Again, sounds familiar? Then you check the bottom line and wonder why it didn't move. Well, don't think more. I just call it efficiency debt. So you see, in the slower growth environments, efficiency isn't a nice to have. It is your mode. It is a must, in other words. So what are the critical moves you implement this month? Well, there are 4 things I would suggest. Ready, start. Number 1, run a 13-week cash flow forecast. You heard it, not annual, not bites. 13 weeks only. You want visibility before you need it. Number 2, your employees won't be nice to hear this. Freeze hiring unless productivity is measured. I know a lot of business owners who can't even do this. They can't tell me output per head. So hiring becomes an emotional spending and emotional exercise. Well, number 3, automation. You see, period 9 actually favors automation. Again, the employees won't like to hear, but as a business owner, you do your best to automate before you hire people, especially on those repeatable admin and operation stuff. Period 9 actually rewards businesses that reduce reliance on scarce manpower. Okay? Lastly, renegotiate supplier terms while you still have the leverage. Don't wait until your demand dips and you become desperate because your leverage is gone. Okay? So do these 4 things for pivot number 2. Now, pivot number 3 is from hope to engineer resilience. Why C-capable founders delay tough decisions because things are still okay. Well, I got a lot of clients who are like that right now because they don't want anything else except certainty. They have been trained in period 8 to see and look for certainty. But we are in period 9 now. Period 9 doesn't give you the certainty. It gives you consequences. So what can you do in your business? Well, you can implement these moves immediately. Number 1, do a stress test like bank. Stress test revenue at minus 20%, and if you lose 20% because of that, what will break in your business first? And that is your weak point to identify. Number 2, set a minimum cash buffer target. I wonder for personal finance, people talk about the 6 months to 24 months cash buffer. Why would not do it in your business? That doesn't make sense to me, but I know that a lot of founders are not doing that. So aim for 6 months minimum of operating runway as a baseline, especially if your business is cyclical. And number 3, write down a page, just 1 page contingency plan. Again, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, talked about contingency plan 20 years ago, which is what I learned the concept. But a lot of business owners said, no, I just have 1 plan. Okay, now listen, plan A, plan B, and plan C. Just 1 page, okay? Just 1 page. Your biggest clients delay payment, market slows, cost spike. What would you do first? All right? Hope comforts you, but preparations liberates you. Make sense? Here's the truth. 2025 reward momentum. No doubt about that. Momentum can hide fragility, okay? 2026 will experience a slower growth environment on paper, but to me, it's actually the biggest test in reality because it exposes who builds strength and who builds speed. If this one say hit something in you, I think it's good. Especially now you're coming to the end of the video, you're still watching. Because this conversation doesn't belong in comment sections. I know a lot of people on YouTube doesn't like to even talk about that because it is reality. It is ugly. It's not easy to stomach, which is the reason why I run personally my Destiny Architects Telegram chat. It's why we pressure test decision, talk through real trade-offs, and adapt early, especially when the time is now. Don't wait till the crisis comes and we react. Okay? So I'm going to put down the link one more time below in this video in the comment section so they can click the link. I'll see you inside. Maybe it's a closer, more intimate place to talk about this issue rather than talking about this in public. Okay, so to close the video, I just want to thank you once again for staying to the end. I'll summarize in just 1 line. 2025 rewarded momentum, but 2026 rewards alignment. The leaders who are that early won't look dramatic. They will still be standing. Hope you enjoyed this video so far. If you like more, comment below and let me know what other topics you'd like me to talk about, especially during period 9. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it. Click the notification bell so that you know when I'm uploading the next video on my channel and you know where it is. And finally, share this with your friends, your partners, your friends who are running businesses thinking that 2026 would be cool like 2025. I believe they need to hear this message, so as you. So once again, thanks.